What is up, everybody? It is Dana White's Contender Series 2021, week number 2. These are the full card predictions and the betting tips after the weigh-ins. We've gotten to see the fighters on the scales, have some insight on all of the guys. So let's break this card down. Make sure to smash the hell out of that like button. The Contender Series picks, I need at least 85 likes on this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe here too. Should have a pretty fun Contender Series card in store. But let's go to the first bout of the night. Down at the bottom, you have a former one championship fighter in Muin Gafurov taking on Chad Anheliger. Honestly, with Chad, he's not your average Chad. This guy is on a pretty impressive 8-fight winning streak. You look at his record and you see, 10 wins, 5 losses. This man's got 8 in a row, so it's been a serious turnaround. Granted, for the bantamweight division, Chad is a bit older at nearly 35. He's a pretty decent pressure striker. His movement is very good. Solid speed as well with his combination punches, as like really fast hook flurries that he'll do when he has you against the cage and he'll rush in. Lateral movement, pretty quick, decent wrestling game too. On the other side, Gafurov is a bit of a different level grappling. He is a Sambo champion multiple time. As I mentioned, the one championship experience, which is very high level. Recent loss actually to John Lineker there. Pressure style with his striking, but it's going to be to engage the clinch, get fights to the ground, work on top, and now work towards ground and pound. On the feet, he's not bad, though. He has pretty decent kickboxing, flow style of striker, I would say, with solid looping punches, and a lot of those looping shots will lead to clinch/takedowns. In this matchup, man, I'm really on Gafurov here. I think he's going to look pretty impressive. Definitely a potential UFC signee, hence the reason, he's on this card. Chad, big opportunity, but I think that Gafurov takes him by a decision. Expect grappling heavy attack from him. He's a pretty strong favorite. Minus 235 to plus 280 at best value for Chad Anheliger. If you want to prop it, Gafurov wins by a decision is plus 260. Gafurov inside the distance, minus 125. He's expected to get the finish here, but I don't think we can sleep on Anheliger that much. I feel like it's going 3. I'm going Muin, Gafurov, the favorite, win by a decision to start off this Contender Series Week 2 card. Let's jump to the next fight of the night. Bruno Correa versus Carlos Vergara. This is a fun fight here. A flyweight division battle between these two. Correa is actually a veteran of the Ultimate Fighter Brazil. He was actually able to win 2 fights on the show. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt with a background also in Taekwondo. He actually has this epic spinning back kick knockout that was on The Ultimate Fighter. Really good with his kicking game, especially from the mid to long range. On the other side, though, Carlos Vergara is a pretty solid striker. I would say he's dynamic and really under the radar type of prospect here. Now, he has pretty good boxing when he's in the inside, but when this fight hits the floor is where I feel a bit concerned for Carlos Vergara. I think Bruno Correa will be open to striking, but when it gets to the ground, I think he'll have a slight edge there. I think second round submission, Bruno Correa, I definitely think he's going to come out hard. High likelihood that the winner of this fight gets signed. The flyweight division is in constant need of talent. I mean, they just signed 2 guys in the flyweight division from the Contender Series that fought one another. One of them lost and was still signed to the UFC. So an impressive performance here by either guy gets them a signing. And if both go out there and look amazing, who knows? Could have 2 weeks in a row where a loser gets signed if it's a potential, split decision or something extremely close. Korea's a pretty decent favorite, minus 180 to plus 175. I like Correa win inside the distance, but plus 110's not the greatest of values, not the most highest of level guys, right? Still developing in the game, though. Good amount of experience for Correa. He's got now 16. This will be his 17th pro bout. I do expect a fairly impressive performance. I think Bruno Correa wins this bout submission second round over Carlos Vergara, and I have a feeling he's going to be getting himself a shot inside of the UFC. Exciting matchup. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. As I said, we need at least 85 likes on these Contender Series predictions and betting tips. Next fight is our featured bout of the night. It is Saimon Oliveira versus José Alday. If you don't know, Alday was actually the champion over in Combate. So, I mean, he has a pretty good game, right? He lost to Gustavo Lopez brutally in their rematch, but he did get a split nod in their first fight. Since then, it's been up and down. Wins a fight, loses a fight, and then won his last matchup against Marcos Lopez 3 months ago. Saimon Oliveira, 4-fight winning streak for him. With Saimon, he's actually a pretty solid striker. Thai style, but keeps it very tight. One thing I don't like, as he comes to enter the pocket with straight punches, the chin will rise a bit, which definitely can get him countered by hooks. Forward pressure striking style. I feel like his jiu-jitsu game is pretty good. He's got a good amount of wins by submission. Not an easy guy to deal with by any means here. Alday on the other side, scrappy guy, scrappy vet. He's a man that's, as I said, combate champion, aggressive striking and willing to engage, has gotten him knocked out in the past. Kickboxing style, really good hook combinations when he's in the close range. And as I said, he likes to brawl. I think he'll want to get Saimon Oliveira into potentially a bit of a striking battle here. Now, height-wise, 1-inch advantage for Alday, but he brings in a pretty solid near 3-inch reach advantage against Saimon Oliveira. Odds-wise in this battle, what are the odds here? Let's see if we can find them here. Saimon, minus 190. Alday, plus 188. This is a fight that I was a little bit up and down on. I think Alday, striking advantage, grappling advantage. Oliveira, you know, looking at this fight, I feel like Alday's going to get an upset, potentially decision. I'm not super impressed by the striking of Oliveira. I don't see Alday getting totally ran over on the ground. I think decision win, José Alday in this matchup. He's an underdog, plus money. And also if you play Alday by decision, be plus 340. Plus 188, though, for him to win this fight by a decision. It's José Alday for me as an underdog, not like supreme lock of the week confidence, but it's an underdog that I'm picking here, and I think he can beat Saimon Oliveira in this fight, but it will not be easy, and there's definitely a chance he gets submitted. Unfortunately, no submission prop, but let's see what the inside the distance is for Saimon real quick. Inside the distance, Saimon Oliveira, it is plus 105. If they had a sub prop at plus 200, I would say that would be a potential sprinkle, but unfortunately not listed here. I can actually just double check fight odds to see, but last I looked, they didn't even have the complete Contender Series odds, but if they have it, we'll give it to you. We'll pull it up. Win by a submission. Yes, they do have it for Oliveira. Wow, plus 600. Guys, if you run over to Bet Online, plus 600 Oliveira submission is actually a very valuable prop bet. Even though I don't have him winning the fight, I think it's a near 50-50 type matchup. I think submission prop has a lot of value there and definitely something to consider if you guys are betting. Now, co-main event time, familiar face to the Contender Series. Mario Sousa takes on familiar face, if you know the fight game outside of the UFC. Longtime Bellator vet Chidi Njokuani, also the brother of Anthony Njokuani. Chidi gets a big chance here. I mean, he's 32 years old. He's got nearly 30 pro bouts. He now fights Mario Sousa, 12-1 prospect. If you look at Sousa, you really like the striking. He's a tall, lanky middleweight, as is Chidi Njokuani. And funny enough, as was his last opponent, who was Marius. We're not even going to say the last name. I remember that fight, actually, though, and I remember Mario Sousa being on his back a lot in that matchup. I went back, rewatched it. The game of Sousa striking is impressive. He does have good kickboxing, Thai-esque style, solid straight punches, decent knees, decent front kicks. He's strong in the clinch, but struggles with takedown defense, aggressive jiu-jitsu from the bottom, and not an easy guy to just pass his guard and smash him. But when he's on his back, he throws up subs, but he doesn't really get back up to his feet all that effectively, which I think is a factor going into the UFC. Maybe not in this matchup because Chidi is more of a kickboxer. Very confident striking style, beautiful snap kicks to the body, stance switches. He's very good from range. He has a slight reach advantage over Mario Sousa, and Sousa's used to being the lanky guy. I got the underdog. I think Chidi Njokuani actually ends up winning this fight. I think he might get a TKO in the second round here. I'm not sold on Mario Sousa just yet, but I'll be honest, I don't feel either of these guys are necessarily UFC middleweight caliber right now. Sousa is 24. There's tons of time for him. I don't think you need to rush him to the UFC. If he wins, he will get a shot, and it will be a hard road from here. Njokuani, 32. If he's impressive, he'll get a shot, but I don't necessarily think he does well. Did lose to Carvalho recently, and Carvalho hasn't looked great. Salter, forgivable loss, very good submission game. Koreshkov, welterweight division 4 years ago, and he's very good. He beat Christian Torres, who's, a solid journeyman, and, that's a fight that Chidi should win. I think he beats the lesser experienced Mario Sousa here, and I think he probably does so by a TKO. Odds, though, here for this fight. Sousa is sitting at a slight -114 favorite. Njokuani best value +115. Potential props for this one. Njokuani inside the distance +235. Njokuani decision +350. Let's check out fight odds for this battle and see the KO TKO prop. Njokuani +250 for that. That's not a bad one either. I think Njokuani's going to win here, and I think he will potentially win by a TKO, but I wouldn't be shocked if it goes all three. But I just feel Njokuani is so technically superior and so much experience in the game. Mario Sousa at 24, I just feel he's too young. He has a lot of potential. The wrestling game, I guarantee you it's been worked on. This matchup here, though, he's going to struggle with the kickboxing of Chidi and Njokuani. Win for Njokuani, TKO, second round. Main event, Josh Quinlan takes on Logan Urban. Urban coming in on very short notice to take the fight against Josh Quinlan. Quinlan's a very dangerous striker. He's not an easy fight at all. Nasty low kicks. Good mid-range strikes, but actually also when he gets in close fights very well with his boxing and heavy knees up the center. You need to watch out for his hooks too. On the ground, decent game. Definitely more striking though. Solid chin for sure. Urban, he has a fairly well-rounded game, but he hasn't really fought the highest level of guys. So you can watch him fight, a guy with, a losing record or somebody that's not all that good, and you can see him have these great performances, but we don't know when he fights someone at level. He's a Thai boxer as far as striking goes, decent wrestling skills, definitely a guy with the will to win, but as does everybody at this level of the game fighting on the Contender Series. Josh Quinlan should win this fight by TKO in the second round. Could even be the first. Logan Urban, though, as an underdog coming in on short notice, I think he's going to go nuts in the first round, and I think he's going to get finished in the second, but he could land something big. Though Quinlan's chin seems to be very sturdy. In the last fight against Dallas Jennings, he was cracked by a massive overhand. He stayed up. He didn't even get knocked down. I like Josh Quinlan, TKO second round. Win over Logan Urban here. He's a big favorite. He's expected to win it. -290 to +265. Inside the distance, Quinlan -140. It's expected to happen. Let's see. They don't even have it on fightodds.io. The knockout prop, I'm guessing, is going to maybe be -110. Maybe +105. And if you do want to sprinkle that, you definitely could for Josh Quinlan. I think he's going to win the bout. Overall, this is a solid Contender Series card with some potential prospects. If Mario Sousa wins impressively, they're definitely signing him, though I think Chidi wins. I feel like the flyweights have a high likelihood of either, whoever wins, gets signed. Gafurov definitely has a chance. I think the winner of this bout has a good shot, Gafurov and Anheliger. As far as the Oliveira Alday fight, I don't think it's super high likelihood that either gets signed unless they have a really impressive performance. And then Quinlan at the top, I feel like will probably get the opportunity. But if he doesn't, I think they'd want to bring him back in the Contender Series. I mean, only 5 pro fights, welterweight division. That's a pretty intense weight class. But I do want to throw a potential parlay at you guys. It's Contender Series, so we can't go too crazy, but I think we have to do something. I think you go Quinlan, Chidi, and Njokuani +166, underdog, and a favorite to give yourself some beautiful plus money. If you're not on Chidi, put Gafurov -119. If you like all three, Gafurov, Quinlan, and Njokuani +265. I also think Mr. Korea could also do well, +463 if you did that. I'm not touching the Alday and Saimon Oliveira fight. Lots of options, some potential money to be made. Overall, pretty fun Contender Series card. Guys, let me know in the comments. Maybe you want a fight companion for this Contender Series card because I will be around. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Smash the like button on this video. I need 85 likes. Let me know what your guys' picks are in the comments too. Much love to everybody tuning in. If you're new to the show, make sure to subscribe. Got lots of fight content coming out this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Much love, my people.